They ought to hear us and know who we are.
Right you are. I thought I would write an open letter to all the politicians, informing them who I think we are, some of our history, what are our strengths, how we view ourselves, and what we want to see boost our economy. It's all in my letter. I grew up in this city. Cleveland pulsed with jobs, a bubbling cauldron of commerce and work.
In the 50s and 60s, when you drove through Cleveland, it was easy to see the manufacturing.
Historian Ed Pershey of the Western Reserve Historical Society. He chronicles what we were. Pershey is surrounded by items of Cleveland past. He recalls times when jobs were abundant and Cleveland's biceps bulged, manufacturing the world's goods.
Large factories, smokestacks, and thousands of workers.
These are stark reminders of what was. The city is peppered with closed plants. These are the ruins of a not so long ago time, victims of the winds of change. Years ago, I had many family members who worked in factories like this. Used to be. Those jobs are long gone. So is the factory. Still, there are manufacturing jobs in Cleveland, though they call for new technology and new skills for the workers, and not as many workers. But the old line jobs in the old line factories like this are long gone. There are smaller manufacturing operations in Greater Cleveland, although they may not be as visible to the passerby because of their workforce size. They boast the new technology. Historically, Cleveland has been a hard-working community, once heavy with jobs. Descendants of those workers remain anxious for better times. Generations-old higher education institutions will help. One business on which Cleveland builds is medicine.
And a sector for growth. I mean, there seems to be no end of growth in the medical industry right now.
So what of other industries? Will company owners looking for fertile fields plant in Cleveland? The hard-working ethic is still in this city's bloodline. Even when the fog hangs heavy over the city, hope hangs heavy as well. The national politicians know that. That's one of the reasons for the Republican National Convention to be held in Cleveland. As well, the March primary is coming up, and Republicans and Democrats will both be here trying to get those votes. Ohio is very important. So too is Cleveland. The national politicians all know that. So do we, and we are learning it even better.
We need to keep looking at our own strengths. We need to sell ourselves better. Tap the energy of the young people. Tap the digital economy.
There is a spirit which runs through most everything we do. We Clevelanders are hard workers who take a pride in our work. Other cities may have songs written about them. If the songs are any good, they'll end up here at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But we are rock and rollers ourselves, and we sing our own songs. Songs that have words in them about conviction and strength and never say quit. That's Cleveland in my Ohio and your Ohio. That's who we are. All of this gives rise to this. The flow of Cleveland runs through my veins, just as surely as the Cuyahoga winds its way through this city. This is how deep are my roots. As America flexes muscle to build the 21st century, it should look to Cleveland, poised for work, strong in many areas, looking to be stronger. So business, come grow with Greater Cleveland. You will find us ready for work at the intersection of the winding Cuyahoga River and the broad-chested Lake Erie. In my Ohio, I'm Leon Bibb. One more thing. It's good to examine ourselves, who we are, our background, our strengths, population numbers, muscle, work ethic, attitude, all important. Ohio is always key to any national election. That's why Democrats and Republicans will stump for votes here next month and on into the summer in a big political convention. My Ohio and your Ohio need to remind them who we are. Along the way, we sometimes need to remind ourselves who we are. I'm Leon Bibb.